Unit 6 The Qaid's Vision and Pakistan. Assalamu alaikum. Unit 6 is very important for us as Pakistanis because it informs us of our Qaid's vision. Very often, we talk of working for our country and making her great, but seldom do we reflect on what kind of Pakistan our Qaid wanted to build. Dear students, Quaid-e-Azam had a clear and definitive roadmap for us. It's very unfortunate that we lost him only 1 year after we got independence. We were deprived of his able direction and sincere leadership when we needed it the most. But his vision is clearly spelled out in the various speeches he delivered at different occasions. We must seek guidance in his sayings to build our nation. And that's what we'll do in this unit. Now, have you gone through the reading passage already?
Yes, sir, we have.
Good. Let's begin with a little bit of background information. What do you know about Quaid-e-Azam?
Sir, Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah is our great leader and the founder of Pakistan. He was born in Karachi on 25th December 1876. He studied at Sindh Madrasatul Islam and went to London to be trained as a barrister at Lincoln's Inn. He rose to prominence as a lawyer and a politician. In his early political career, he was in favor of Hindu-Muslim unity, but gradually he realized that the Indian Muslims must have their own state. His untiring efforts finally bore fruit, and we got our separate homeland, where we could live freely and exercise our rights. He died on 11 September 1948. He is the most revered statesman in Pakistan. Even his opponents praise him for the strength of his character and his charismatic personality.
That's right. And after the independence, Quaid-e-Azam became the first Governor-General of Pakistan. He worked hard to establish the new nation's government and policies and to aid the millions of Muslim migrants who had immigrated to Pakistan in a terrible state.
In his solution of the complex political problem of this great subcontinent inhabited by 400 million people, the world has no parallel for the most onerous, difficult task which we have before us. I pray to God that this critical moment He may guide us and enable us to discharge our responsibility in a wise and statesmanlike manner.
In the beginning, for some individuals, it was hard to believe that this newfound state would survive.
And I'm sure with your support and cooperation, I'm looking forward to making Pakistan as one of the greatest nations of the world.
It had inherited insurmountable problems and had extremely limited resources. So despite his failing health, Quaid-e-Azam undertook a countrywide tour and aimed at raising people's spirit. He had complete faith in his nation. Do you know what he said in his speech at Lahore?
Should I read it out?
Yes, that would be great.
Do not be overwhelmed by enormity of the task. There are many examples in the history of young nations building themselves up by sheer determination and force of character. Keep up your morale. Do not be afraid of death. We should face it bravely to save the honor of Pakistan and of Islam. Do your duty and have faith in Pakistan. It has come to stay.
Excellent. Now, what do you learn from this speech?
Sir, it is very inspiring. We learn that we must not lose heart and face the challenges with great faith and enthusiasm. We should do our duty and work for the betterment of Pakistan and Islam.
Yes, we must remember the Qaid's words. It has come to stay. No one can harm us as long as we have faith in ourselves and work hard as one nation. But it's a pity that these days some of us have forgotten this great message by the nation's father. They want to divide us into sectarian, racial, and linguistic factions. But we must strive for the unity and be willing to sacrifice our individual interests in favor of national ones.
Sir, how did the Qaid prove that Muslims of the subcontinent were one nation and owned their separate identity?
That's a very important question. The Qaid emphasized that we are one nation with our own distinctive identity. We have our own culture and civilization, language and literature, art and architecture. We have our own legal and moral codes, customs and calendar, history and tradition that set us apart from the Hindus. The basic principle of the ideology of Pakistan is that we are an independent nation, and every effort to mar or merge our identity should be resisted.
Sir, what form of government did the Qaid want for Pakistan?
He wanted Pakistan to be a free, democratic country, a welfare state based on the Islamic ideology where the rights of the minorities are equally protected. He believed that Islam provides the basic principles for building and regulating the Muslim society.
And sir, how can we realize the Qaid's vision?
Well, we can do so by ignoring our personal interests and by following his teachings.
And sir, how can we overcome all the challenges that our country faces today?
By following our Qaid's motto. Do you know what it is?
Yes, sir. It is unity, faith, and discipline.
Exactly. The key to our success lies in these three powerful words: unity, faith, and discipline. And your role as a student is very important in this regard.
But sir, we are only students. How can we bring change?
Oh, don't underestimate your powers. The role of youth is crucial in making any nation great. Addressing the youth, Quaid-e-Azam once said, "It is now up to you to work, work, and work, and we are bound to succeed." Okay, that pretty much sums up the unit, I believe. Do you have any more questions?
Sir, there is one exercise about denotation and connotation. What are these two terms?
Well, denotation means literal or dictionary meaning of a word. It refers to an actual object or concept in reality. For example, the word chair refers to a piece of furniture that we sit on. It usually has 4 legs and a back, whereas the term connotation refers to the emotional or suggestive meaning that is typically associated with a word. For instance, the word chair suggests power and authority. So we may say that the denotative meaning of chair is that it's a piece of furniture, and the connotative meaning of the chair is that it suggests power. Similarly, the word owl denotes a bird that has big round eyes and prefers to live in the wilderness. However, the word owl has a different positive connotation. In English, it suggests wisdom and scholarly outlook.
But sir, in Urdu, the word owl suggests stupidity or foolishness.
Yes, for us it has a negative connotation.
Sir, could you give few more examples of positive and negative connotation?
Sure. Look at the word steadfast. What does it mean?
Sir, it means firm or resolute.
Right. And does it have a positive or a negative connotation?
Sir, I think it has positive connotation. I mean, if someone is steadfast, it's considered a good quality.
Right. Now tell me what the word stubborn means.
Sir, it means obstinate or unchanging, but it has negative connotation, right?
Yes, being stubborn is undesirable, whereas being steadfast is desirable. So you may say stubborn has negative connotation and steadfast has positive connotation.
I got it, sir.
Now look at the following pairs to find more examples of positive and negative connotations. Hope this further clarifies the concept.
Yes, sir. Now it's crystal clear.
Awesome. Anything else you want to know?
Sir, there is another exercise about finding primary and secondary stress in certain words. How do we find it, sir?
Well, it's largely a matter of practice. But let me explain. Do you remember that in Unit 4, we studied about stressed syllables?
Yes, sir, we do.
Good. Now, some words in English have two stressed syllables in them. In this case, the strongly stressed syllable is said to have the primary stress, whereas weakly stressed syllable is said to have the secondary stress. For example, look at the word pronunciation. It has 5 syllables, but only second and fourth syllables are stressed. If you pay attention, you would notice that the strong or primary stress is on fourth syllable, whereas weak or secondary stress falls on the second syllable. In some dictionaries, this information is displayed in this way. As you can see, the primary stress is indicated with a high vertical line before the syllable and the secondary stress with a low vertical line. Now, look at the following list of words and pronounce these words after me. Metamorphosis,
Metamorphosis,
continuity,
continuity,
cooperation,
cooperation,
convocation,
convocation,
invigilate.
invigilate.
Hope you understand the primary and secondary stress now. It may take you some time before you can identify the level of stress yourself. But next time you look up a word in a dictionary, you should also pay attention to its stress. Thank you very much.